met and fought Briggs in Al-Hafra, and we were able to free Pierce. Pierce then lost his Black Orb as the Kimbambo people stole it, and so we had to go to the Kimbambo people and steal it back. And in the process, had Pierce join our party. And so now that we've got Pierce in the party, we are now making our way back to Oceania, and actually we're really making our way, I guess, yeah, all the way to Oceania, like past, because we're in Gondolin, we're in central Gondolin right now. We need to go through Immel, through to Al-Hafra, or not Al-Hafra, well, to the same place that Al-Hafra's on. We got to make our way back to, I'm gonna keep blanking on that until I finish my sentence, but until we can get our way back to Oceania. In order to get there, we got to make our way through the through this gauntlet. Though now that we're through here, I don't know if the Kimbambo people will let us just like walk through now. I actually don't know. None of these guys are particularly strong. It's just really annoying when they get you with their they've got a really annoying attack that they do. I want to wipe out the fairies as fast as possible because they can do the sleep. I don't care. The dirge is whatever. It does like no damage and it can't do any status effects, so like I'm fine. Hey, thank you for following, Gamer of All G. Thank you for following. Let's see here. Am I allowed to this place now? Or will I get kicked out? If I get kicked out, will they just kick me out the front again? Because that would actually be faster than where I currently am. Gara. We should get rid of the fairy. So that should kill. Okay, I have free reign. Cool. That makes leaving here a lot easier. That is, if I can avoid getting into literally every fight on the way home. God damn it. I don't like it when Pierce gets put to sleep. That's like my lead, like... I don't like when any of the party members get put to sleep, but like the heavy hitters, I really don't like getting put to sleep. Maybe you get bigger on Twitch. Me and my bros are follow streamers. Nice. It'd be cool if I could get bigger on Twitch, but it's not like, I don't know. I do it because it's fun, and it gives me an excuse to play some of my old games. It gives me an excuse to play through games, because whenever I started streaming in Let's Plays and all of that stuff because I had a really bad problem of just like starting games but never finishing them. And while it would be cool to be big on Twitch, it was never really the goal. The goal was just to give me an excuse to play some of my favorite games. Or new games that I hadn't had a chance to play. Maybe people would give me suggestions and stuff. And just have a really chill environment. Okay, have a nice stream, I have to go. Alright, see you later then. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you can catch another stream. I usually stream on Saturdays as well, though I don't know if I'll have the chance this week because I'm working. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna pull up my gen list here, because there's one in this area that I haven't gotten yet. Let's see here, where's my master list? There it is. There's one just, let's see here, we got Kindle, we got, so Chill is the one I'm missing, and it's in the world map southwest of Naribwe. This is Naribwe, so southwest, I need to be down here somewhere. It's probably on that little chunk of land right over here. See if I can get a better idea of where I'm going for this guy. Ooh, way south. Okay. Like... I don't even see where... Like, they want me to be, like, right here. Wow, that is very southwest. I would not have chosen to go here. But then again, that's what these like hidden on the world map gens are all about, are just being in really out of the way places. They're even more so in this game than they were in the first game. The first game was really bad about, or the first game, like, they weren't bad about it, but like the first game was like okay about saying, okay, well, yes, this is a hidden gen, but we will. Yeah, here he is. The hidden gens in the first game were, like, you know, there's an island with nothing on it, like, and a bridge that goes just next to a city, and it's like, okay, well, I know that I should probably walk across this bridge and get there to fight the enemy, but we gotta hope that it doesn't run if it gets a chance to. Okay, cool, it's not. Hey, and I felled it. Cool, that was quick. And then I'm missing one other gen that I should have had the chance to get earlier, but I just kind of skipped over. Let me see here. So we are right in this area. Yeah, I haven't gotten Ether from Garrow yet. We got Waft. Char is in Madra, which requires me to grab the Healing Fungus, which I will get on my way back through the Gondolin Cliffs. So we're good in that. We're good on that regard as well. Who do I give Chill to is the question. Because I don't want him to be a swordsman, I want him to be a knight. All of her stats go down if I give her this except for luck. She gets a little bit more defensive going from a witch to a swordswoman. I can't just give that to him, so... For now, you're just going to be sitting in standby until I can actually use you. Which will be here in a little bit, because we'll be gathering up a couple more gen. Yeah, at this point in the game, we will end up with... Basically, it'll be a little bit before we can actually... Not until we actually get past, what's it called? We need to actually make our way through, the... Ayers Rock before we actually can get the gens to, even out the party again. By the end of Ayers Rock, we'll have 3 Venus gen, 4 Mars gen, 4 Jupiter gen, and 5 Mercury gen. And we've got the 5 Mercury gen. We'll just be picking up 2 more, a Venus and a Mars, here in a second. We should probably heal. Also, considering the enemies in this area aren't going to be super high level, I might just go ahead and avoid, just to, because they're not going to give that much experience either, so it's not like I'm going to be getting a massive, like, boost or benefit if I do any of the extra work for this area. Let's see here. The Healing Fungus is... I needed Pierce to get, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see, most enemies are going to die very quickly as we make our way through this. That always looks like slightly too long of a jump, but I know it's not. So I think I'm gonna watch through the entirety of the DC Universe movies soon. I've caught one every now and again. Like, I watched Wonder Woman, I've watched Shazam, I have not seen Justice League, and I'm probably not gonna watch Justice League except for the Snyder Cut, which just came out, which is kind of prompting this want to go and watch these movies. But, yeah, I don't know, I want to go and see what the hype is about with this. Well, I've always liked DC, maybe not as much as I liked Marvel, and keep in mind this is like back before they even made like the big Marvel movies. I just preferred the Marvel characters. But I didn't dislike DC stuff, I just felt like their stuff wasn't as good. And especially with their movies have been significantly less consistent and incoherent, which is a tough one to deal with. I'll say it that way. It's not necessarily that they didn't deserve it, but, you know, they've done a very bad job of keeping their movies as, like, a wholly consistent product. But anyway, that's enough about that particular genre. Well, not genre, but anyway. The important part is I do plan on going back and watching these movies, and so I decided to look up the watch order. What I'm missing right now is I'm missing Man of Steel, the most recent Man of Steel. I'm missing Batman vs. Superman, which it's weird to think, but apparently they technically don't consider any of the previous Batman movies as part of the Laughing Fungus. That's not the one that I need, but I can sell that. They don't consider like any of the Nolan Batman films as part of the like the DC universe, which I guess I understand, but simultaneously it's like there technically hasn't been a Batman film in the DC universe aside from Batman vs. Superman. If we're talking about the current DC extended universe, it is the only Batman film in the entire extended universe is Batman vs. Superman. Which just seems a little out of place to me, considering like you'd expect at least one or two more Batman and Superman movies before we get to that point, but that's also the shortcoming of the DC universe, is they're trying to skip all of the actual hard work and build up, and they just want to produce, you know, here's the fun, new, good Batman movies, or here we're like, here's the fun, like, here's our full universe, we've now fully established it. It's like, okay, well, did you do anything to earn the establishment of these movies? It's like, well, no, we don't have to. It's DC. You're gonna love it. It's like, yeah, but we don't have to. If you don't give us a reason to like your movies, we're not going to like your movies. We have very little reason to care for your characters other than it's the characters that have been around forever, which to some people is enough, but to others it is not. But now that they've got the Snyder Cut and things seem to be going well, and they're doing a soft reboot on Suicide Squad, which I also refuse to watch, perhaps the DC Universe can actually be a thing. And it's not that I hate the DC Universe, it's quite the opposite. I wish that it was really, really good. Shazam was fantastic, so was Wonder Woman. 1984 was but Pedro Pascal's character was hilarious, so like, while that movie was not a very good superhero movie, it was a fun movie to watch. I'm also just very excited for Pedro Pascal getting like a lot of attention now. Dude's a really good actor. I wish that he had not thrown the tantrum that he did about not being able to show his face more in the plot of The Mandalorian. But even that being said, The Mandalorian was fantastic and he did a great job. And in fact, he should be lauded for the fact that he did such a good job doing nothing but essentially small little voice clips and entire body language. His body language in The Mandalorian was on point. Let's see here. One of these houses has some old people in it that need medicine. Ah, here we go. We specifically want to give him the healing fungus, though. Oh my, is that one of his most favorite mushrooms? Did you climb all the way up those cliffs just to get that mushroom for us? Sure. That's the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me. I have to thank you for this. But what... Old people voices. But what could I have that a warrior like you would want? That's a tricky one. A djinn. I don't know if you want a pet, but this is all we can offer. Take care of it. Man, just fucking, like, if I didn't actually care about the Djinns, just, like, handing me a pet because I gave you a mushroom, and more so, like, making me, somebody who's running around the place, have to take care of it. I can't wait for dinner tonight. Batter fried mushrooms. Oh, that sounds delicious. I had bacon and eggs for breakfast, which I haven't had in a while, so it was nice. There's enough for the mushrooms that we'll be eating it for days. Alright, goodbye. So that's a new one. Paralyzes foe. So now we have 2 paralyzed. Blitz and Char both paralyze. Paralyze being the best status effect in this entire game. Because it stops people from doing literally anything. And it lasts multiple turns. Okay. So we're headed to Ayers Rock now that we have Pierce. That was the big thing that we needed to do last time before we could actually get to Ayers Rock, like, proper. And now that we're on this side of the, Oceania, we're gonna just go ahead and use a Void, because what we need to do is we need to work our way all the way the fuck back, around, up and over, into, like, this area, I think. Yeah, because then I can cross there, come up here. There's a town right here, and then Ayers Rock is right there. So I have to make my way down, way down south. On the Chattahoochee. Never knew that, buddy. Whatever meant to me. Sorry. I only speak in... I'm sure I've made this point before, but I only speak in quotes. Like, 90% of what I say is the second I actually say a phrase that I recognize as a quote from something, I will then have to finish the quote. It's bad. It's very bad. Yeah, we're just gonna run. I'm trying not to use the fast forward nearly as much as I have been, because I feel like that's just like, it's a crutch that I fall back on, because these games are, this one especially, can get kind of long-winded with the travel times. Having a Void, though, makes this a lot faster, so I don't need to speed up if I just keep using a Void. I never thought I would like tea as much as I actually do. Because I never had tea in the house as a child. I only ever had coffee. And I hate coffee. I cannot stand the smell of the stuff. Something about the way that the roasted beans smell makes me get really bad migraines and I want to throw up. It's not good, y'all. Let's see what does this path lead? Where does this path lead? Down to the middle of nowhere. Is this a jape? Being japed? I'm being japed. Because if I remember correctly, the town is right here inside this little nestled section of rocks, and then Ayers Rock is inside this desert area. The worst part about being on the overworld is that you can't use fast options fast menu options for things like a Void. You have to actually, like, manually choose them every time. Versus being able to, like, hotkey them. I don't know if that's the case in Dark Dawn, because Dark Dawn actually has, like, physical hotkey buttons. Let's see here. Yeah, here in Garrow is where we actually want to be right now. Ooh, people, people, wolf, wolf. And then at night, all wolf. I wonder what that could mean. Spoopy. Let's see here. I know I get ether somewhere here in Garrow. What was that? Woo! It's a werewolf. Eek! I don't believe it! Was that a... What, Kraden? Do you know what that thing was? Well, perhaps. So, what are we waiting for? Tell us. I suspect it may have been a lycanthrope. A what? Just think of them as a race of people born with special powers. Kind of like adepts, you mean? Yes, that sounds right. Sheba, you've put it quite well. Adepts borrow their abilities from the power of the elements, while lycanthropes borrow theirs from the power of beasts. This is why they take the forms of animals. They may look frightening, but we must try to communicate with them. Lycanthropes, werewolves, a whole village in hiding. Is it just me? Or does Kraden seem a little too happy to have found werewolves? You're telling me. What? Me? Happy to find werewolves? You must be joking. Because I'm just curious about all of the secrets of these new lands. Any real scholar would be thrilled to explore a new land full of mystery, huh? So, are there werewolves only in Oceania? If so, how could you even have known about them, Kraden? Yeah, that is weird. Alright, so I lied. Glad we found werewolves. There, are you happy? And you know what? I even want to get a closer look if I can. So let's go. Let's find us some werewolves. So, you say you saw a werewolf? Yep. Don't be ridiculous. There's no such thing as werewolves. Show me what you're hiding. Grim luck that brings strangers here in the gloom of the full moon. You there. Strangers should not be going about at night. Yes, they're welcome in Ngaro, but they do well to stay at night. Foreigners only come here en route to Ayers Rock. Only a chosen few can reach the peak. Ah, there's our first, nod at Ayers Rock. Garoo! God, whoops. I was just calling my dog. Sounded good, huh? One of us was it who removed his hood in front of these strangers. So literally everybody here is a werewolf. Fortunately, you should come at night in the full moon, sir. Come during the day to see our full range of wares. Yeah, they won't sell to us until after the Ayers Rock event. Heard about the Windstone. Using Whirlwind on it makes something happen. So yeah, if you're never sure what you should be doing at any given point in time, ooh. What? Outsiders here? Zooped the fuck back in, but unfortunately until we can get revealed, we can't actually go in there. Let's see here. Where am I supposed to be able to go to get to where I'm going? It just leads through there. Let's see, I'm trying to find my way through. I don't know that I can actually get to the thing until after Ayers Rock. I think I might need reveal to actually get to where I'm going, because I need reveal to get across this gap, and I think that's where I go and get the Djinn. I could be wrong, but let me double check. Let's see here. Yeah, I get it after finishing Ayers Rock, so I can't actually grab this Djinn yet. I think I was technically supposed to have already finished Ayers Rock by this point in the game, but I have not, so... You can, because that's the thing, is this game doesn't have a linear sort of direction for the most part. You can go off and do whatever you want in whatever order. So even though I could have technically already finished Ayers Rock and gotten this Djinn, before we even grabbed, Pierce, this is going to make Ayers Rock that much easier now that we have Pierce. Yeah, we currently can't do anything in that town until after we come back. Town has a really cool theme, though. And so, we go on to the longest dungeon in Golden Sun history, I believe. Unless there are longer ones in Dark Dawn. Ayers Rock is one of the longest dungeons, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do this for my own sanity, because we're gonna be using Whirlwind a lot to clear these little pathways. That's basically how this entire dungeon. So there's an entire outside Ayers Rock feel like area, and then there's an entire inside Ayers Rock, and it is a massive so this outside area is a series of mazes in and out of these little areas, trying to get to the correct side of a rock to actually use Whirlwind on it to clear the path. That's basically the whole point of this area, is to slowly work your way around and find out where you can actually go to use your powers, to use Whirlwind on the rocks and clear out the sand. There's also like this little area right there, but I don't think that's really worth doing right now. That leads up to the peak proper, but doesn't actually help us with what we're trying to do. Not immediately, at least. Yeah, because I needed to clear this before I could actually successfully head up that way. Now I can go get that treasure. We're still roughly in the area of what I remember of this game, but the biggest thing for me is that, like... Oh, wait, no, I can't do anything here. That's just supposed to be a shortcut back down off the peak once you've been up. I can't get to that treasure chest until later. The non-linearity of this game, though, makes it harder for me to remember what I should be doing at any given point in time, just because every area kind of has its own thing that you can be doing. It's safer to basically organize this game into sections, and I think most guides do. They have, the guides that I know of separated into, like, Before Boat, Eastern Sea, Western Sea, are like the three major sections of the game. Because once you can get onto the, once you can get Pierce's boat, like before you can get Pierce's boat, you're pretty limited in the things that you can do. But once you've actually got Pierce's boat, then you've got access to a bunch of other new things that you can do. And then once you actually do all of those things, and you can get, and you gain access to the Western Sea, then once you get to the Western Sea, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do, and then you can finish the game. Actually, can I just use that same windstone again to... This whole dungeon's going to be very quick, but, well, as far as the fights go, they're going to be pretty quick because Ayers Rock was something I was supposed to do before I got Pierce. That's also why we were struggling so hard in the other area. Yeah, there we go. That's why we were struggling so hard at the beginning, was we were supposed to have done all of this first and leveled up through Ayers Rock before going and getting Pierce, but because you don't have to, you can just go and get Pierce. It's a little bit harder at the very beginning and much, much easier when you come back here later. But yeah, the non-linearity of this game was really, really cool at the time, because it basically meant like there was no reason why you would have to necessarily follow any one particular path in this game. Treasure. I was gonna say, unless it's like specific items, there's usually not going to be anything good. Boosts maximum PP. That's going to have to go to Jenna, because she's going to be an absolute synergy fiend by the end of the game. And so we want to make sure that she has damn near infinite synergy. I know right now we're just using basic attacks, but at the end of the game, we will be using a lot of Jena's synergy for a lot of things. Up it over. Start by doing that really quick. Yeah, all the enemies in this area are going to be very, very quick to kill. Then do Whirlwind here. Just wanting to make our way back up there. But I also wanted to clear this so I could grab the treasure. The smoke bomb, which is not that useful. With this many enemies, we might as well just... Oh, she has... See, she has aura and healing aura now. That's a big thing. Now that she's got that Jin, she now has access to super strong magic. And that's what's going to make her ridiculous throughout the plot of this game, is... Now that she actually has access to some of these ridiculously strong synergies like Flare Storm and Healing Aura, her job is essentially just going to be... Like, I can just now Healing Aura really quick. And that's a very, very, very early game. Like, we're talking like second or third dungeon party healing ability. Use Whirlwind on this. I'm drinking out of my yellow mug today, wearing my yellow shirt. And I got new pants yesterday. My old pants were basically being torn apart, but I was able to buy some new pants. And I got them at a discount, which is nice, because they're really good pants. They're the Duluth Trading Company pants, which are normally like $70, but I got them for like $50. Actually, I think I wanted to be carried away by that that whirlwind. Let me double check. I think I want to be carried by that whirlwind. I do. I do want to be carried by that whirlwind. Because I can't actually do anything up here yet. So I want to be right here. Oh wait, no, I can't. Because that's away from the wall. I need to be up a level before I can do that. The rock dungeons in this one, so like Ares Rock, Magma Rock, Aqua Rock, and Gaia Rock. The rock dungeons are very similar in structure to lighthouses in the first game. And there are still lighthouses in this one. We will be going through Venus Lighthouse and Mars Lighthouse in this game. But these dungeons in particular, like, are unlike any of the dungeons in the first game. And I will state specifically because of how all over the place they are. So that's the fast travel back to the very beginning of the dungeon. That does mean, though, that I should be able to take this down and go grab that treasure that I cleared out earlier. Yoink. The Storm Brand. Is that going to be any better than any of the weapons that I've gotten from, yeah, it's better than his battle rapier. Good. Is it going to be any better than the weapons that I was able to get during Central Gondolin? And it kind of is. I don't think I'm in danger of getting grabbed by that. But, here we go. I'm supposed to be grabbed by that. I can't make it across that yet. Oh, hold on. I do need to get carried across by that. then we can do this really quick. Which means we have to go back all the way back up and around, but it's not a big deal. I just want to make sure that I'm getting all of the treasure. This way for treasure. I guess I could have come back here whenever I have the fast travel door open, but whatever. I want the treasure now. Just a vial. Okay. Back on track. That's where I want to be going, is up this way. Going down and around was just to get the treasure. Going up this way is the actual route. If I remember. Oh wait, no, it's not. This is just fun. My memories of Air Rock are very jumbled because I don't know. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Shut up. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's judging me, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. People are judging me. After saying that, I've played these games a million times. I played the first one a million times. I have not played this one nearly as many times. Ooh. And now we can get up. What's interesting is so far we actually haven't done anything that we wouldn't have been able to do without synergy aside from clear the paths. If you get caught by any of those, it knocks you down and you have to fall. You fall all the way down. Actually, where's this lead? Ah, good. That clears a fast travel spot. Gets me a sleep bomb. And then I can just ride this whirlwind up to the top. At least they respected my time in that regard. Hurricane. 104 damage. Nice. I can't do anything with that yet. I have to push the first one first, and then I can use move to pull the other one. Push the other one. This up here. Push this guy over. Hop down here. and ride this up, further up, go here, and then from here I can actually climb up and over this way. It's important that we're on this second layer because the second layer is actually where we need to be. That little main path there doesn't actually lead to anything useful until you do this. I don't think I can go further up, like, all the way to the top yet because of, because I gotta clear the path, so. Now that I've done this, I can now climb back over, climb all the way to the top without having to do this little air puzzle. We're going to see the same fights with the same enemies about 30 times during this entire dungeon. There'll be, I think there's going to be more enemies once we actually like get inside the dungeon, but as of right now, we're going to see a lot of the same fights over and over again. I don't really have anything to add to that. Use Whirlwind on this, and it clears the misty path. Then, because this dungeon has to be a butt, we now have to go back out and around. So we really want to go up that path as soon as we can. So I gotta climb all the way back down to here. Jump down. Ride the wind up. Jump across, jump down, ride the wind up. And climb across. I believe this is all just so that I can get my hands on some extra treasure. Because going up this this outside route versus the inside route gets you treasure. If I remember correctly. Yep. Literally the only point to going all the way out here is so that you can get this Fujin shield. But if I remember correctly, the Fujin shield's really good. Up to 32 or up to 24. It gives him the most benefit. What was he using before? Must have been a shitty shield. Yeah, just a wooden shield. Yeah. And now we have to go all the way back around again. Down, down, and climb. Because now we can finally, after getting that treasure, take the main route up and enter Ayers Rock proper. Oh, did you think that we were doing the Ayers Rock dungeon yet? No, no, no. No, no, no. We gotta get into Ayers Rock first. Now that we've officially made it to the summit, we can actually go inside Ayers Rock, and there's a whole ass dungeon in here too. It is a multi-layer dungeon. It's 2 dungeons put on top of each other. 1 dungeon to get into the second dungeon. At least there's no, like, major boss fight in the first area. I can't remember if there is in the second one, now that I think about it. Enemies aren't any harder, though. So we're going to see a lot of the same weaklings over and over again. Can't do anything good there yet. I don't remember there being any gin in here to collect, but I could be wrong. I think the only things that I can collect in here are more treasure. And boy oh boy is it easy to get lost in here. They have all the doors numbered, which is useful, but yeah, it can be very annoying to try and find your way through this dungeon. Let's see here. Oh, I remember what I need to do here. What do I need to do here? I need to pound this in. Pushes that one up. And push this over like so. Push this down like that. No, that's not what I need to do. Oh, I remember what I need to do. Push that one up like that. Because I don't want to show you guys because it would take me extra time, but we might just fast forward it just to show you. If you step on these platforms, see how when I hit one it goes up and when I hit the other it goes down? If you stand on them and there's nothing blocking it, it will let you drop. So like if I do it like this, you see, bam. So we need to, oh wow, I didn't realize I could do that. That was kind of cheaty. But I can also just do this now because that one's in the right way. And the reason we want to do that is because we got to make sure the path is clear so that I can shoot the whoop with a whirlwind. Push through and clear the path. Actually, we could just, now that I've done that, I could just do that. The faster way down than having to go all the way around. And then this rock is important because now that I can do that, I can, boom, and clear that little section. This is a really, really cool dungeon when you think about the actual mechanics of it. Very unique. There's not a whole lot, like the puzzles are basically just how do I configure and move my character around to clear a path. And so far, we haven't even seen any of these particular puzzles come to fruition with anything, because all I've been able to do is push a couple of logs into place. But that'll especially come in handy here in a minute. Basically, if you've got a log that you can push, and you can push it into a position such that it's on like a square, those squares show permanent position. And permanent position is really good because it means that whatever was pushed there won't move once it's been pushed there. I don't even know that you can physically move it after it's been pushed to a permanent position. But that's always because the permanent position is actually where it's supposed to belong. That's weird. I can't even push that into a position that would benefit me right now. I don't know why you can move that one stump then. It doesn't do anything to benefit me. That's why we have this other path over here. Because there's lots more to this particular part of the dungeon. And then we want to, now that we've gotten past, we want to push that back. Because we need it to actually make this jump. Now I can push this back into position. Into a permanent position. Yeah, I can't move it now. Now that it's in a permanent position. So now I can easily make my way to the left and to the right of this little section. Oops. And if I push this guy over, he's in a permanent position. That makes it so that I can easily make it through there. As to why I can move that one rock, I don't know. It's like a red herring or something. So now we're on to blue 3. Whoops. There we go. I want to make sure I'm distributing my damage correctly. So then we come down here and a whirlwind. Ooh. Ah. So now I can jump across here. Come across this rope. Push. Yeah, this dungeon heavily uses shortcut permanent positions. So that way you don't have to constantly be re-clearing the same portions of dungeon over and over again. Then we push it back into a vertical position. And now we can go from the top portion down. Nope. Down. Across this rope. Now I can go down this blue 3 to blue 4. And get a treasure. Also, a mummy! Still not that dangerous. Elixir. Those are still somewhat worthwhile. My Amazon device heard me say the name of that item and thought it was her name instead. I've just been flying on autopilot through this dungeon for a little while now. I just almost, like, it's almost all instinct at this point for me. As to whether or not I actually remember how to do it or not is like, am I just bumbling through this, or is this just me, like, actually remembering what I should be doing? How does that help me? See, we are now officially in the bumbling around stage of this dungeon. I can push that thing up. What benefit does this provide me? Because I can't move that log from what I can see. And all this does is it just lets me move around this way. And up right here. Oh, I can jump to there. I'm dumb. That's what it allows me to do. It allows me to be dumb. Spatial awareness, very important in this game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I feel like a synergy crystal. Okay, I don't know that anybody's like necessarily hurt, but we can do that and then refill our PP. Then when I activate this, now he'll carry me all the way the fuck up. Right here. Where I can then activate this whirlwind. I actually can't remember if there's a boss at the end of this dungeon, now that I think about it. Right. Okay, I remember how to get there now. Let's see here, now that I've activated both of those things, now all of the things in both of the then all of the areas should be activated now. Yep, see all the wind moving around now. Now that I've actually reactivated all of the shrines, or little temple faces. And there's our fast travel out of Ayers Rock. So if we wanted to leave and come back, we could. They really want to make sure that you understand that, like, you're not stuck here. You can leave if you want. I'm trying to remember what the best way to do, the best thing to do now that those things are activated. It might have actually been to just ride that platform all the way up and then walk through the dungeon again from the top. Because then I'd be able to actually use the little air vents left and right to get to where we're going. But we'll just climb back out from the bottom and see where we end up. This is gonna take a while. I'm giving up on this almost immediately. We're just gonna do it. Actually, if I return right now, where does that take me? Okay, cool. Takes me to right here. And I can quickly jump across here back to the very top of Ayers Rock. May take a minute. So now that we are back to the very beginning of the dungeon, but with all of the air things activated, we now have a bit more mobility than we did before. And can more easily make our way through the dungeon. So we came through Red 2 before, but now we want to go through Blue 2, because I believe Blue 2 will take us into a new zone now that the air things are activated. Yep. Oh, we have to figure out where I need to be, don't I? Let's see here. That is too low. I need to go higher up. I mean, this technically works as far as, like, getting me to the further into the game, but I want to get that treasure chest. So we got to push it all the way up first for treasure. I think technically they're, like, right there. Got the Clarity Circlet. Raises wind power. Of course we're going to equip that to Shiva. Now we want to push it 2 or 3 blocks down. Technically we don't even have to do this anymore, because we can just, let's see here. Now we can just go across with the shortcut that we opened up. That takes us to this side. We can use to clear that path. Into another fight. And now this door's open. So we can head down Blue 2 to a new area of Blue 3. interesting but confusing because basically each room has essentially two puzzles built into it. Ones that are there before activation and ones that are there after activation of the things. And it makes it look like things are actually blocked off, but in reality, you were never supposed to go there in the first place, not until after you do a certain number of things. It's just designed to look confusing until after a certain point. But if you already know that, then it's not really that confusing. You just don't worry about the doors that you can't go to yet, and you try to search for what you can. That's clearly a thing. Speed that process up by just doing that really quick. Do I want to go down to... I don't know that I want to go down to Blue 4 quite, or Blue 5 quite just yet. No, there's nothing on this side, so yes, I do. There's more to this puzzle as well. I just don't know quite how to do it yet. So I clearly will never be able to travel that distance without getting caught. So we really want to come up here and push that guy to the right. And now he's completely, totally benign. Blue 6. Now that we have access to this little shelf, we can then jump down here, ride the wind, across to here, ride the wind back. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to jump up this. And not jump, but climb. Because now we're back on red side. More importantly, we're nearing the end of the dungeon. Still missing like a treasure chest, but I'm not that too concerned with it. We'll be getting new stuff in a minute anyway. Stuff that outdoes what we could possibly get in this dungeon anyway. Felix checked the tablet. There's a strange character written on it. Wielder of Wind's might, lay your hands upon this stone. We bestow upon thee the power to see the truth unclouded. Do you think I ought to touch it? Touch. Sheba touched the tablet. Sheba learned reveal. Finally. One of the most useful synergies in the entire game, and now Sheba knows it. I didn't necessarily want to exit just yet, though. I wanted to explore the other side of the thing and see if it takes me to the same place or not. Do left and right bring you to the same location? It kind of looks like it, maybe. Kind of looks like they just did it to be uniform. No, this one takes you to a treasure chest, which has a Psy crystal in it. Nice. This will become useful as Jenna gets stronger and stronger. Because we'll basically just be spamming all of the synergy with her, and then being able to restore it during boss fights will be really nice. Now that I have reveal, a lot of things have opened up to us. But mostly, we can now gather up the last Djinn in this area. Well, it's not a Djinn that we can gather yet. I have to get the Djinn from the leaders of the wolf place. Which, by the way, you can completely and totally avoid. You don't have to go to that town. It's entirely possible to avoid that town. Where did my Djinn list go? There it is. Let's see here. We're almost done with that. Aqua, Hydra, and Lemorange. Last. Next. Oh, that's right. Now that I have reveal, I think I can go back and do a couple of things on the other continent, possibly. I'm not too concerned with what I'm missing in this dungeon, I don't think. We can always come back here later if we really want to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and retreat now that we've got reveal. Getting reveal was the main thing of this dungeon. And I know that there aren't any Djinn in this dungeon, so we can just leave. The Djinn are really rewarded in this game for exploration more so than anything else. They really wanted you to explore the entire environment and like see what they had to show you. So they tied that to being able to collect more Djinn. Now we can just leave and head back to the village. And now we can properly visit Garrow. And now it's more obvious what those carvings mean. Everybody here is a werewolf. I like the music in here. Yeah, we already saw him do that once. But now we know how to do it. Ow-woo! Ow-ow! Thought you were shirtless for a second. Nah, it's just the saturation on my camera has to be specific so that the green screen works really well, and I'm wearing a yellow shirt. But welcome out, Ufer Gang. Look, it's that werewolf! It was right there. Let's go find him, Felix. I want to go this way first. I can't. There's nothing over here. What was even the purpose of that, then? Wonder what werewolf tastes like. I feel like that's like wondering what human tastes like. Like, you're not really supposed to know. Felix, wait. Where could that werewolf have gone? Do you think we lost him somewhere? No. I hope we didn't. Or rather, I'd be quite unhappy if we did. What was that? It sounded like a werewolf growling, didn't it? Notice how Pierce never has anything to say in these scenes? It's because it is technically possible to have gotten these scenes without Pierce being here. My hearing's not so very good, but that was something. Perhaps we should search the area more thoroughly. There is no need. Look, he's using synergy. Oh. Fear not, this child is harmless. He does look kind of small. Tell me, who are you? How did you come to be here? I should ask you the same question. Could it be? Do you outsiders possess the power to reveal the unseen? Yep. Of course, I was certain that you must. Row. Yes, you are correct. They must have passed the challenge of Ayers Rock. How come that kid doesn't talk like you? When we become werewolves, speaking the human tongue becomes more difficult. But you must be special, someone special then. Special? Perhaps. Why don't you just call me Maha? So, I assume you can also use Whirlwind. You learned Reveal on Ayers Rock, you must also know Whirlwind. Yep. That's right, I think that's why... I think we can tell Maha that we're adepts. Ooh. What did he say? I don't understand. He wanted to know what an adept is. Question I would like answered as well. Adepts tap the power of elemental energies to generate forces like whirlwind. Elementals? You mean the 4 elements, the powers of earth and fire, water and wind? That is correct. These elements together comprise everything in our world. Interesting. Very interesting. Awoo? What did he say this time? He asked if there was no longer any need to hide from you. Why did he have to hide here in the first place? Awoo, hawoo. No doubt most would find the sight of a werewolf rather unnerving. You are, sadly, correct. Many consider ours an accursed race. And if they found you in your werewolf form? Once our people were burned at the stake as abominations. They called this purification. Horrible. But this little one, he won't get excited and try to bite, will he? Shove! Child, return to your home. Aru? Don't worry, we can trust them. Go back home now. Aru? They are adepts, not unlike your werewolves. They guard an ancient secret. We can trust them. They will not betray us to the world. Woof. Just like, after all those awoos, 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 it's finally just woof. It has grown quite late. Why don't you go to the inn and rest? But then... I will not leave this place. You aren't going home? When I learned Reveal, I lost my human form. The wild is my home now. So, Master Maha, you always look like this? And the little one? The child changed because he looked directly at the full moon. So, by tomorrow morning, he will have returned to his human form again? Correct. Now let us retire. Felix and party stayed the night at the inn. You folks didn't sleep much last night. You don't look like you got any rest at all. Master Maha told us all about you. Don't worry about the bill. It's on us. You heading out? Alright, see you later, Ufer Gang. Thanks for stopping by. Farewell, friends. Who are these dudes? Maybe we should stay and try climbing Ayers Rock one more time. Those wolves were really noisy last night, too. Yeah, these guys don't even have any clue. But hey, now we can actually, like, sell our excess gear. Let's see here. I don't need the laughing fungus anymore. I don't need, let's see here. That was the only thing that I really wanted to sell from his inventory. I do not need this antidote anymore. Or the smoke bomb. Or the sleep bomb. And I'm probably going to go ahead and sell the trainer's whip and the mysterious card as well. Because as cool as those are, the classes never really get strong enough to be useful. Old circlet, gone. Old wooden shield, gone. Old armlet, gone. Battle mace, gone. Antidote, gone. Battle rapier, gone. Alright, now let's look at what armor you actually have available. Got Adept's clothes, which would be better than her travel vest. I don't think they're really going to have, like, super good gear for me right now. I think, technically speaking, everything that I have access to is higher level than the stuff that's going to be in this, place. Any new connoisseur things? See, we can always rebuy them if I really want to get them. I can always rebuy them, and they're not that expensive. But, no, it doesn't look like anything new. Broadsword, Hunter Sword, Battle Axe, Heavy Mace, yeah. Everything here sucks. But we were able to clear our inventory. I hear tell from Master Maha that you guys are special too. We don't have to hide our secret from you any longer. Nope. But there is one thing that I want to make sure I can get my hands on. First off, we got to go back to Master Maha's place to get the gin. But we also want to head this way. Wait, no, this is not the right way. Not the right way. I want to be able to go and grab that treasure now that I have reveal. Which I think I have to go down this way, yes. This leads out to this section, which has an exit to the south, which I can then use to quickly jump across and grab the Hypnos Sword. Let's see, here's the Hypnos Sword. Any good? No. It sucks. It's bad. It's not a good weapon. I'm sure it would have been great if I had come here first, and it probably would have been Jenna's weapon until I could get her a battle rapier. But at this point, because I've had access to battle rapiers, it is not a good weapon, and it will be sold immediately. But we should also go back and talk to Master Maha. Oh, by the way. Hey, it's you guys. Thanks for last night. Oh, yeah, that's right. You probably don't recognize me in my human form. I was in the caves with Maha. I was the little werewolf. I'm the reason you can stay in our village, and we don't have to wear hoods. Ah, you came. I've been waiting for you. Would you mind telling me a little more about werewolves? You want to know the reason we possess the power to transform into beasts? Well, actually, yes. Do you find it strange that we can change our shapes? Well, yes. But surely changing one's shape is not really all that unusual. What are you getting at? Think about the caterpillar for a moment. When the time is right, does it not transform into a beautiful butterfly? Well, yes, it's only natural. And the pillbug and hedgehog, do they not change their shapes to protect themselves? That's not changing your shape. They just roll up. That's not changing your shape at all. I have heard of these creatures, yes. And many amphibians possess the power to change color at will, correct? That's more reptiles than amphibians, but... In light of all of this, do you mean to tell me you find werewolves so abnormal? It's the fact that you can change back as well. Fucking Digimon ass.
Well, to be honest, I find the thought of that way... I've never thought of it that way before.
Perhaps you simply do not give us enough thought.
How insulting! I, sir, am a scientist!
Indeed, a scientist. That is impressive. I have spent a great deal of time thinking about werewolves. For a time, I even felt cursed to have been born a werewolf. But after taking a more objective look at nature, I realized that weaker species have survived by evolving. Oh, goodness. By transforming. Don't you agree? Think about it for a moment. Without changing their bodies, with weapons and armor, humans would be very weak creatures indeed. I believe that evolving into werewolves is just one way for humanity to survive. But that's... Of course, there's no way I can prove this theory. But I felt that our ability to use Whirlwind was evidence of this. Whirlwind? Why? I had thought only the people of Garrow could use Whirlwind. It was a gift known only to werewolves to Garrow's pack.
And that only a chosen few could use Reveal.
But now I find that you too can use these. What does it all mean? Why are you able to use Whirlwind? And what is an adept?
Master Maha, do you know of the continent called Angara? It lies far north of the Eastern Sea.
Angara?
In the middle of Angara, there is a peak called Mount Aleph.
Mount Aleph. Then it is true. Our legend says this peak has stood since this world began. Mount Aleph does exist. Then perhaps our legends are true.
It does exist. These two hail from the village at the base of Mount Aleph, a village called Vale.
They come from Mount Aleph? Incredible.
And they are both adepts. And while their powers may vary, everyone from Vale is an adept to a certain degree.
Then, does that not make them like us in Garrow?
In Vale, the myths say that Mount Aleph itself gave birth to the adepts.
This is not what the legends of Garrow tell us.
As a people, they are quite gifted, but it goes far beyond that. Mystical stones on Mount Aleph, synergy stones. They are closely linked to the powers of the townsfolk.
Synergy stones, you say?
If there were similar stones in Garrow, it might explain your powers as well.
And what manner of stones are these synergy stones?
You've seen the Maha, the shining stones at the heart of Ayers Rock.
I know the stone you speak of, but...
Ayers Rock is quite far from Garrow.
Don't see how it could affect the people here.
The wind.
I wonder, could it be the wind?
Yeah.
You probably figured it out for yourself already, Felix. There were strong winds blowing within Ayers Rock. Those winds would carry far.
Carry? Carry what?
You're so dense. The power of the Synergy Stone. Oh, is that possible? How could the stone's power be carried on the wind? Do not belittle the power of the wind. Given time, the wind can grind great mountains down to sand. I mean, the wind at Ayers Rock was strong enough to blow us off the ground. So why couldn't the wind carry particles of the stone all the way to Garrow?
She's right!
Those particles from the Synergy Stone must be charged with its power.
This explains why your synergy is weaker than that of Vale's people. You've been exposed to smaller particles.
The wind patterns might also affect who among us in Garrow can use Whirlwind. Of course, this is all a mere conjecture, but it does offer us some clues. Thank you, It's Sheba. I'm pleased to meet you.
Oh, haven't we given you our names, Master Maha? I'm Kraden. This is Jenna. And Felix.
You must permit me to thank you all for what you've done.
No, no, please. We don't need any thanks.
That's too bad. I was going to give you this. Jin. A Jin? Is that what you called them? When he is with you, he adds to your power. He is very helpful. I suppose you'll be continuing your journey now? Yes. So you intend to travel by sea. That is a long journey. In that case, I think you will get more use of this Jinny than I will. Sheba found the Jupiter Jinny Ether. I thought they were just called Jin. Why are they calling them Jinny?
This is a great gift. We are quite thankful.
You don't need to thank me. Just take care on your travels. Yeah, in all of the other official things, they're just called Jin. I don't know why they're adding the I to the end. Good luck with the werewolf thing, Maha.
Right, Felix? We must be going now.
Ooh. I do want to see what's inside his hut, though.
There's nothing. There's nothing down here. It was a worthless reveal. They just made the room because they had to, because they knew people like me would try to get in there.
But hey, we've got a new Jin. We've got Waft now. Well, no, it was Ether that we got. So we are now fully set on Jin before we can actually take to the seas and begin the eastern sea section of the game. We just have to find the boat now, which I can't remember where to find the boat. I think I remember where to find the boat now. I want to say that if we travel to the far eastern side of Oceania, we will find the boat. Yeah, I think if we can get over to here, I think is where we need to try and go. I just don't know if we can actually get there or not. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think that's just a solid rock wall all the way around, so that's not going to get us anywhere. We have to find Pierce's boat. We could... Oh, you know what? Now that we have Pierce, we could finally go back to the Shrine of the Sea God and finish it. Properly. Got a reference to make my way back. Okay. So, because we've been through all of this before, and I'm just making my way back to way the fuck up here, how about we all agree and just let me fast travel this? Fast forward through me having to run all the way back to Oceania to get to the place. Oh, if I can remember how to get there. And that avoid does not last for very long, does it? This is the wrong way. Yep. This is where I needed to go out and around. Go. In reality, I could probably just be doing fast fights as well, but there's really no reason to. Let's see here. There aren't any fights in the Oceania Cliffs, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And we're off again. Through the bridge passage. Up past Madra. Further up, further up. Oh, there's the boat. Fuck. I forgot about the Deccan Plateau here and the boat. Well, now that we found the boat, my ship! At long last, I've returned to my ship.
Well, Pierce?
I'm thrilled. Just happy to be back with my ship. That's not what Kraden was asking. You forgot, didn't you? Pierce, when we talked in Kimbambo, remember what Kraden asked? I'm out of phone. Here's a tiny little sip of tea left, then I've got water. He wanted you to take us to your home, to Lemuria. Remember how we said we'd talk about it later? Well, it's later now, Pierce. Oh, is it? I suppose we have to talk about it sooner or later.
She'll have your answer. Pierce, if you do not wish to take us, you do not have to. Just tell me honestly. And if not, well, we'll just have to get ourselves a boat and find our own way to Lemuria. Right, Felix?
Yep. What's with the guilt trip? Pierce hasn't even given us his answer yet. Kraden, Felix, stop trying to pressure Pierce.
But that's not what I was...
Don't worry, Sheba. I've actually been thinking about this quite a bit. I just never got the opportunity to mention it before.
Well? It's not nice to test the patience of an old man. Will you take us or not?
We will go to Lemuria, Kraden.
I figured it was too much to... What did you say?
I will take you to Lemuria. Kraden, are you okay?
Is he okay? Pierce, are you serious?
After what you've been through, it would be wrong to deny you. That's what made up my mind. What made up your mind? The fact that you are truly good people. You have gone to great trouble to help one whose problems needn't have concerned you. Witnessing that kindness made me want to help you too. Here's you. No, Jenna, please, don't say a word. Made up my mind. I shall be leaving immediately, but I want you to come, Kraden.
Let us sail, Felix, to my ship in the Eastern Sea. So at long last, I'll finally reach Lemuria.
I wonder what kind of advanced civilization we'll find in Lemuria. I'm actually excited to find out. What's wrong, Pierce? It just occurred to me. The mayor of Madra and his wife must be worried about me. I'd feel bad if I didn't let them know I was all right before leaving Indara. We should tell them that I've retrieved my orb. Then we wouldn't have to worry. Is it acceptable for Felix? Can we stop by Madra briefly before we leave for Lemuria?
What do you say, Felix? Shall we go see the mayor?
Sure.
I have no objections, so why not? Let's go. But we must depart as soon as we're done at the mayor's house, Pierce.
Oh, thank you.
It's gonna be a while before we actually get to Lemuria, by the way. Just pointing that out. It's gonna be a long time before we get to Lemuria. We've got several dungeons to clear before we'll ever even get the chance to.
Cookie.
Nothing. Legitimately the only reason that's there.
Let's waste no time. We should set sail for Madra at once.
Oh, set out for Madra at once. Okay. I have to actually go to Madra on foot first before they'll let me onto the boat. First off, we got another cookie, so let's use that cookie to boost up Jenna's PP again. And let's see here. We've got the Deccan Plateau. We haven't actually done anything with this place yet. I don't remember if there's actually anything we can get here or not, but it is another location we haven't explored. Or have we? No, we've explored the Deccan Plateau, haven't we? We must have. Yeah, we've been through this. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We don't have to do all this again. We've been to the Deccan Plateau. It's just been so long since we did it that I forgot about it. I forgot that Pierce's ship was right there. Was it always right there? Well, anyway. Let's see here. Where are we going? Back to Madra? That's a long walk. We're gonna avoid to get through these fights, because the thing is, the fights in this game are not like scaled to your level, so you just kind of like have to deal with them. Hey, Karst. Sorry, we're not supposed to know your name yet. Have you by chance seen a girl named Minardi? Yeah. You have? And you're telling me that my sister is dead? Big time. If you continue these lies, I might take it upon myself to shut you up. Get out of my sight. Hi, Karst. Where could Minardi have gone? Where are you, my sister? Felix, you're back. And you've brought Pierce with you. Oh, Pierce. Yes, I must apologize for the trouble we've caused you. I'm sorry we lost your jewel. Don't be. Everything worked out in the best. Pierce, you said you were going to go to Gondolin. Did you make it? Yes, in fact, we've just returned. And your jewel? We got it. You actually got it back from the Kimbombo? Incredible. I was able to recover it with the help of Felix and his friends. That's wonderful. I'm so relieved. I was worried that you might never get it back. That's why we came back, to let you know that we've recovered it. Worry no more. So you'll be leaving again, will you? You sure you must leave so soon, Pierce? I may yet return here again, but I'm afraid I must be going soon. You seem to be quite busy. It is their youth that allows them to be so busy. But we'll be back, I promise. Maybe we'll be able to visit at a more leisurely pace. I'd like that. So would I. Literally the only point. Wait, what? I believe I promised you a reward for helping with the boat, didn't I? No? Well, you may have forgotten, Felix, but I have not. Regardless, I told you that I would reward you when the boat was fixed. That may take quite a while now, it seems. That being the case, I'd like to give you that reward now. We can't accept it now, though, could we, Jenna? Madra is still in shambles from the disaster. We wouldn't possibly accept any gifts. Nonsense. Misfortune or no, a promise is a promise. We got the Cyclone chip. I'm glad that I was able to give it to you before you left. Your travels seem to take you from danger into greater danger. Please be careful. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Felix? You! He just called you Felix, didn't he? Why didn't I see it before? You are Felix! Then Minardi should be somewhere around here too, and yet... You won't see Minardi or Soteros ever again. Isaac killed them. They're probably at the bottom of the sea by now. Shiba, quiet! I heard that, you wretched little thing. Can it be true? Is my sister dead? I tried to tell you. Can't believe it. No one has the power to defeat Soteros and my sister. Yet you all avoid my gaze. That look on your faces, is it? It's true. Who is this Isaac? What? You feign ignorance? Why? Why would you protect him from my fury? Never mind. I believe I've heard some rumors of a traveler named Isaac lately. Is this Isaac the same one they've been speaking of? Is he pursuing you? If that's the case, then this Isaac should show up here, sooner or later. How did you know it wasn't Felix who defeated your sister? What do you take me for? A warrior like my sister. I can gauge a man's strength at a single glance. Even if you doubled Felix's power, he would still be no match for my sister. And besides, I doubt Felix would find it in himself to betray my sister. He knows that the lives of those he holds dear would hang in the balance. But I must congratulate you on your success at both the Mercury and Venus lighthouses. Although your success there now prevents us from returning to the Western Sea. You would have failed, of course, had we not researched how to climb those lighthouses. Oh, didn't Minardi tell you? Regardless, Isaac won't be getting in my way. You will have to find your own way to the Western Sea. If you make the journey, you'll have to light Jupiter on your own as well. We have our own work to do, and number one on the list is taking care of Isaac. We clear on this? Felix? Sure. Aren't you an obedient boy? You worried you can't get it done? We could help you a bit. No, thank you. I believe we'll just find Jupiter Lighthouse on our own. That's all the same. I see. Just don't let us down. We're going to find that Isaac. And I'm going to find this Isaac. And I swear that the last thing he'll see will be Karst avenging the death of her dear sister. Bye, Karst. Wow, and I thought Saturas and Minardi had issues. We shouldn't take Karst too lightly. Wait a moment. Karst did say we, didn't she? Yes, Saturas and Minardi traveled as a pair. Perhaps she has a partner as well. We ought to warn Isaac that Karst is after him. Maybe we should try to find him first? Believe me, I'd love to see Isaac again, but we just don't have the time to look for him. Plus, even if we did find them, I think there's a good chance we'd end up fighting them. Why? What we're trying to achieve, they are trying to prevent. They will fight to stop us. But, Jenna, aren't you and Isaac an item? Couldn't you, do something? An item? No, I mean, it's not like that, not really. Stupid Sheba. Well, yes, for now we should press onward to Jupiter Lighthouse, like we planned. But what about Garrett and the others? Don't you mean Isaac? Sheba, be quiet! Sheesh. Ahem! You ready to listen yet? They were strong enough to defeat Sartoros and Minardi. They won't be beaten easily. We should continue on ahead, as Sartoros and Minardi would have. Okay, Jenna? Sheba, Pierce, are you ready? Then we should be going, right, Felix? Yes. But hey, now we have the Cyclone chip. That is one step closer. I still don't know how to get to that treasure chest up there. Because that's all blocked off. This is blocked off. And there's no, there's no way out through that little hole there. Trying to see if there was literally any other way up to that little hole, but I can't really see any. I could look it up. I could, I just don't feel like it. At this point, that treasure's probably not worth it, unless it's like a lucky medal or something. Actually, have we been down here yet? This had a djinn in it, didn't it? Yeah, the Madra Catacombs had a djinn in it. Maybe I can actually do something else in the Madra Catacombs now. I don't know. Something I couldn't do the last time I was here. Oh, that's right. We couldn't do anything in the Madra Catacombs last time we were here. Button. Now that we have reveal, we can actually get into the Madra Catacombs, which we were not able to do last time. So it's clear that Madra actually had, like, a proper, place. But now it's just ruins. None of the enemies we fight are still going to be any difficult. Treasure. Lucky metal. What was I just talking about? These things are so weak. They deal 2 damage. The only thing that these trolls are really good at is being buff. They can actually take a hit, but other than that, they're weak as hell. I don't have a key to this yet. I can't remember if I'm supposed to be in the Modric Catacombs yet. That's like this whole game is like I'm not sure I'm supposed to be somewhere yet because there's always like somewhere new to explore. Throughout like this entire game, it's just like, hey, by the way, go back to this old location because you now have access to do some of the stuff in there. That's gonna be overkill. Is there anything else that I can get while I'm down here, or was that all I could do currently? There's at least a couple of other things I can do right now. Couple more treasure chests to pick up. Like apples. Those are actually really useful. They boost attack. And I could make Felix just as ridiculous as I made Isaac. I don't really know what the purpose of this is. I want to say this is optional, but it's been so long since I've played this that I can't remember if this is actually supposed to be a late-stage dungeon or not. Getting down on this side isn't really doing anything. Going here now, though. The rat soldier will die in a couple of hits. Back in here. The trimmer bit. Okay, yeah, I did need to come here. Cool. That was important. Trimmer's an important synergy. That'll actually be how I get to the Western Sea, is by using Trimmer, I believe. Or no, I use Grind to get to the Western Sea. I technically could have done all of this before I ever got Pierce, because if I had gotten Reveal with Sheba before we went and got Pierce, then I could have explored this entire thing without him. How do I get to there? Actually, no, I think I might be able to jump across that. Is that true? Let me see. Yes, I can jump across that. Cool. So from here, I can then jump across this. Jump across here, lash. I'm up here. Because I left this room and came back, the ice melted. I have to refreeze the ice. This ice is not a permanent position. It's not that hard to get back to where I was. I am going to really quickly use a void just so I don't have to worry about fights or anything. I can get into this section, which was blocked off before. Now that I have Tremor, well, we'll go ahead and equip Tremor and Cyclone for that matter. Is the load on it? No. Maybe I wasn't standing close enough? I'm standing the right distance for that, but let's try Tremor one more time. There we go. Okay, so now I can then make my way... Oof. Where am I going now? How do I make my way down there? 'Cause I'm stuck up here now. Because when that ice melted, I don't have a way back across. Oh, I can go this way. I'm just being dumb. Oh, I can grab this treasure as well. Cool. A mist potion, nice. Now we can go back in here. And there should be in here a treasure chest. Nope. Where'd that treasure chest end up? There it is. That has the Ruins Key. Now that I have the Ruins Key, I can then, it's not where I need to be. I can go here. Use the Ruins Key. And there's a new tablet! A new summon. So all of that extra work to do that got us the tablet. And now we can summon Moloch, which is our first 3-tier multi-summon. 2 Mercury and 1 Venus Gen. We needed to summon him. Which we would have actually been able to get our hands on before ever going to see Pierce. But yeah. We're at the point now where we can technically do level 4 mono summons, which are technically better than the hybrid summons in some ways because of their power. But the hybrid summons are better because they, generally speaking, do more than just damage. Their hybrid effect is usually like is usually beneficial in another way, like what's his name? Zangan lowers enemy defense, and how do you even get over there? I don't even know. Zangan lowers enemy defense, and what's it called? And blanking on the other summon's name, the one with the 2 swords. Can I even see if I can what summons I have available? Not really. Well, now that we've done that, we can avoid again. And now we can run back to the ship. Nope. Gotta go on foot. At last, I'm back on my ship. Finally, I can return to my beloved Lemuria. Wait here a moment. To sail, we must get down to the power chamber below decks. Let's head down. Lemurian ship. Oh, by the way, we really won't have another option to get in here, so anything that we want to loot, we need to loot now. By the way, the Lemurian ship is absolutely a dungeon. Not a difficult dungeon, mind you, but a dungeon nonetheless. And they turn into water puddles. Which you can imagine means that we're going to be doing a lot of fighting jellies, turning them into water, and then using frost to turn their bodies into platforms. Which means I'm just going to go ahead and throw frost on as a quick attack, or quick synergy. And when I say there's going to be a lot of it, there's going to be a lot of it. We don't have to fight all of these, but we might as well for the experience. It's not like they're difficult fights by any stretch of the imagination. We're already to level 20. To give you an idea, we finished the first game at level, I think, 27 or something like that. Which means that by the time that we do eventually get our hands on Isaac's party, we'll probably be way higher level than them. Yeah, you can technically push that thing around if you really want to. You can avoid a couple of extra fights, but in reality, it's just easier to fight the guys, get the extra fights in, and then jump around. None of the fights in this dungeon are difficult, just... eh. Hey look, it actually something finally dealt damage to us. The real problem here is that Frost is technically an actual fighting synergy, so on top of being usable outside of battle, they had to make its PP something that wasn't like a net zero amount. So you end up actually using a lot of Pierce's synergy during this. But I suppose we could just be... what is it? Is it Waft? No. There we go. Focus. Make sure that he gets his PP up again. Pierce needs help with getting his PP up. The most I can do from this side. Now I have to make my way through this side. I'm not going to waste every single turn having to do that. I do need to reset Ether, though. We do have to fight all of them in this room. I always really liked Pierce's design. It looks really nice. Got a little bit of time. I don't actually go into work today until 2, so I've got a little extra time. Which is why I started a little bit late. And it's important that he goes underneath there, because otherwise we would not be able to support this platform, and it would drop every time that we tried to use it. See, if we try to use the platform now, we drop the platform. But if we frost this, then it supports the platform. And this room is unique because they all join together and form a giant one. The whatever Hydra. Let's iron, Kindle, Blitz, and Shade. Triple Chomp. Which was supposed to be a really strong attack, but it actually wasn't. There's Moloch. The Sacred Ice Monster. We'll wait on him for a second. I'm going to give that to somebody who could actually really use the abilities. And then we're going to have him summon Moloch. Hey, got the Paralyze. Awesome. Look at him. He's adorable. He's got a spike collar and everything. And that drops the Hydra's agility. Which, I mean, it can't move right now anyway, so I don't know that you can get your agility dropped much further than that, but... yeah, I might as well get a Tiamat in there. Blitz. And Shade. I didn't get the... Okay, that's fine. Tiamat will be a good summon for this. 525 damage is pretty good. Drench, but our Watery Shade gives us pretty good defense against that. Sebille. Still don't need Spark, so I'm gonna... I guess Fume. Breath, so I can get a Thor in here. Spring, a little extra healing on Shiva. It's the strongest summon I can get out of Earth Elemental right now. Slaver or Slaver? Dropping defense. Okay, we've got Thor and a Boreas ready, so... Thor, Boreas. Let's see here. Thor should ostensibly do it. Yeah, that was it. We'll be able to come back for that other treasure chest that's down there later. Like, it's something that you kind of forget about, but we do actually get to come back in here later, now that I think about it. We get to come back in this particular area once we have an ability that lets us drain water. And then we can drain the water out of the ship. And collect that treasure chest. Here it is. How did all these monsters get on board? I could swear I locked the door when I left. Doesn't matter. Once we get the ship moving, I'm sure they'll all jump ship. Okay, now I must set the black orb in this pedestal. Looks so cool once it's lit up. Take the tiller, Felix. If you hope to reach Lemuria, you'll have to learn a few things about handling a ship. I think we ought to sail the Eastern Sea until you get a hang of it. Kraden, shouldn't we be heading straight for Lemuria? Well, I suppose if we have to learn to sail, it's better to do it sooner than later. Then I want to go to Liviero and Tolby. Oh, and Vale. Can we go to Vale? I'd love to see your hometown, Jenna. Shall we? Let's go to Vale. Yes. I don't think that's a good idea. Come now, why not? Think about the roads we've traveled to get to where we are. I can't. It's never any good at geography. Then allow me to explain. The coastline of Angara, the continent in which Vale lies, is surrounded by rocky cliffs. Oh, you don't think Pierce's boat could land there? As far as Gondolin, I would have guessed the people from the Liviero are looking for us. He's right. Saturas and Minardi went a little wild on the Liviero, and you were all with them. Oh, but Sheba can explain the situation for us. Farron and the Livierans would understand, I'm sure. And then they'd make me stay in the Liviero. Would you just leave me there, Felix? Oh yeah. Maybe that wouldn't be such a good idea after all. Then it's decided. What's decided? The sea is vast. We can go wherever we please. So let's explore a bit, Felix. It's a great idea. We've already met werewolves and discovered new synergy. And I'm sure there's even more out there waiting for us to find it. Fun fact, she will say that sentence whether or not you've been to Gauro or not. You could just go to Ayers Rock, finish Ayers Rock, and never go to that village, and she will still say that you guys have met werewolves by this point. Wow, this is gonna be great! The seas can be quite dangerous. Wouldn't be my fault if something happens, Kraden. To the open seas, Felix! And just like that, we now have access to the open sea. So this is the next major section of this game. We have now passed the land-faring only section, and we can now travel via sea to a whole bunch of new areas. I forgot there was a boat theme for fights. So first things first, we can actually go to this shrine. The Shrine of the Sea God. Now that we've actually got not just Lash, but we've also got Pierce, who can use his other abilities. Also with the Cyclone Ship, we could even go back to Kimbombo now and gain the power that was meant for what's his name. We can actually go there and get it now. See how that has a reveal circle? If we can get to the other side, we can use reveal and get in there now. I just have to figure out how to get over here and actually get up to that, so... If I remember correctly, it required us to have some extra abilities, but we will be able to get in there, no problem. I've got new synergies. I feel like the water adepts get synergy the least often. Healing Aura is so good. None of these enemies are going to be able to stand up to even a single attack to us because this is like one of the starting zones. Oh, this is this whole thing. And we want to come down here and this way. See, because before we couldn't actually, use frost on these little ice spots to make our way across, but now we can. So we didn't have Pierce before, but now we do. Can't do that until I push the log. Oh wow, look, we're at the open sea. That's really cool looking, actually. I don't want to jump down on that quite just yet because there's a puzzle based on that, if I remember correctly. Let me double check and see. Yeah, like I'm fine to do this one because this is, it goes down here and then you just slide to right here and then you lash your way up. But I don't want to do the one at the very top quite just yet. I also don't quite just want to go straight up there yet, though, either. These fucking wolves. There's so many of them. Got a rusty staff. Rusty weapons and essences can be turned into good things here in a second, now that we have Seafaring. In fact, we should probably go do that soon. I think that's everything we can do, so let's go ahead and ride this guy down. I could have also gone on that little thing, but it wouldn't have taken me anywhere. And now I can move this guy over. Now I have instant access to both sides if I really want to come back here. The hopeful idea is that I will never have to come back here because I've already finished the dungeon. Statue looks like a lot like the one at the Dahlia Sanctum. Oh, you know what? We haven't done this yet. Hold on. Well, we do have to come back here now, it seems, but at least we've made the path here much easier. I forgot we need to grab the thing from the Dahlia Sanctum first. We need to grab that little stone first. I honestly love the idea of puzzle solving like this. Being able to, like, having tools on you at pretty much any point in time to be able to do problem solving and puzzle solving in a JRPG. It just feels really good. Because most JRPGs, let's be honest, most JRPGs, they don't put, like, any thought process into their, or they put some thought process, but, like, there's very little that changes or, like, can be determined between you playing it in
like the overworld and in fights. But the idea that synergy is this thing that kind of permeates both worlds is really cool. And like, yeah, you can't use Lash inside a battle, but like the fact that it's all tied together, your synergy is the tools you gain. And like every area has things where you can actually use those tools. It's not just like, okay, and now this dungeon's this ability and this dungeon's this ability. It's like, no, every dungeon's like cool and unique and like different. It's a cool aspect of these kinds of games. I don't know. I think it's a really cool thing to explore that like a whole lot of other games really haven't done. Or at least I haven't played a whole lot of other games that really focus on that sort of aspect. Like, individual characters may have like a single ability that they can do, but something about the way that the problem solving in this game is actually done, the puzzles are done in this game, by using environmental, your ability to influence the environment with your magic is really cool. There aren't any other JRPGs like Golden Sun. I guess I just gotta say it that way. I have yet to find a JRPG that is as good as Golden Sun. Because between the problem solving and the combat and the class system and everything, it's just, there are some that come close. Like, don't get me wrong, there are definitely some that come close, but like, there's not a JRPG alive or around right now that is as good as Golden Sun in all of the aspects that it does. I really like Bravely Default. I think that those games are good. I need to play Bravely Second and Bravely Default 2 at some point. I'd love to get my hands on... I have Bravely Default 1, and I'd like to replay that at some point. I need to get my hands on Bravely Second, and then Bravely Default 2 just came out on Switch. All great games that I want to play, but nothing quite lives up to Golden Sun's hype for me. Which is why I'm so sad that they haven't made a new one. Despite hearing rumors that they might possibly be working on a new one. Honestly, if they do a new one, or if they do like a remake of the original trilogy, that would be really cool. Or at least like, if they just did a remake of the first 2 games and then re-released the Dark Dawn as its own like standalone thing, whatever. But if they did just a full-on, hey, here's the original trilogy, to gauge people's interest in the franchise, I would buy it. I own these games already. I would buy it. Like, no hesitation. I would rebuy the entire franchise again. If anything, to prove to Camelot that I want more Golden Sun. Because the last game, Dark Dawn, kind of tanked the franchise because it didn't sell nearly as well as the first 2 games did. And so they kind of just figured people really weren't that interested in Golden Sun. But it's not a bad franchise, it was just like a bad game or a bad direction that the game took. Raises us up to this little area. And welcome to the actual sea tower. And at the very top of this tower, we got the right prong. You might be wondering what that is. Well, there are three things, because we gotta, in order to actually beat the Guardian of Lemuria, because there is a Guardian in Lemuria, and he's impervious to all attacks until you beat him down with this game's, essentially like, you spend all of your time and you build a super weapon to defeat him. And we'll have that super weapon built here very quickly, because I know where to go for all the, well, I know where to go for a couple other things. We want to find those shrines, and we want to find the rocks. But our first place to go is going to be over here, which is going to take a minute, so I'm going to speed this up, because traveling the ocean is very boring. There's nothing to do on it, other than fight. And none of the enemies are particularly strong. They're just here to slow me down. But here, we've made it across the sea. Merman, I can't remember if you're strong or not. Decently difficult. Let's see here. Oh, I can't quite land there. That's right.
And Tundra... most of these enemies will go down with next to no real issue. Is it here that I... Oh, you know what I can do? These things are really cool, so... Whoop. And now I can go up the river instead. Which speeds this process up. Because I'm trying to go... I think I'm trying to get, like, right up in here, basically. There's this old, sailing town. Yeah, this place right here. The enemies in this area are actually not super duper easy to kill because this is now like getting into our territory of where we should be level wise. But here we are, Yalam. Yalam is very cool because it has a very unique aspect to it, which is this house. This is the blacksmith. Yes. So you can either hand him raw materials or rusted weaponry. So I'm going to hand him this staff. So he's going to make me a new... He's going to reforge that staff that I just handed him. And so everything he makes is artifacts. And I'm sure there's more things for us to explore in Yalam, but the first thing we want to do is we're going to leave, and we want to come back into Yalam. And what's cool about this is you leave, you come back, and when you re-enter this house, he's down, you talk to his wife, and we can get, in this case, the Glower Staff. Which is a massive increase in damage in comparison to what they're already using. For her, that would increase her up to 256 attack damage. For her, it goes up to 207. So, at this level, we're at a point where these things that I can get, these forgeable materials, and like the rusted weaponry, are really, really worth doing while we're here. So I've also got this Tear Stone, which is forgeable. There's some really good things that we can get with this Tear Stone, and there's some like middling tier things that we can get with this Tear Stone. So we're gonna try and figure out what is worth getting from this. Let's see here. Yeah, because technically speaking, we can get Excalibur from doing this. Now, not from this particular material, but, forgeable items, here we go. So from the Tear Stone, we can get Clear Bracelet, the Cloud Wand, the Pure Circlet, the Spirit Ring. Of those things, we want the Cloud Wand if we can get it, but a Pure Circlet would also be really nice. But our big goal here is we want the Cloud Wand. So how we're going to do that is we're going to leave. Now that he's got the material, we leave. We quick save. And we're gonna just, we have to run all the way back in every single time, because the RNG, I think, is set the second you enter Yalam. The armlets are, while they're still good for us, and we'll be getting plenty of these things, I really, really want to get that Cloud Wand right away. I actually don't know when the RNG starts. I don't know if the RNG starts whenever you give him the item or whenever you ask for the item back. I'm not going to worry too much about it because we'll be getting a lot of that material, that particular type of material throughout the plot. And this is a pretty decent upgrade for the characters right now. And then while we're here, we also want to sell some of our excess equipment that we've gathered up. Let's see here, the Hypno Sword, this armlet, let's see here, is there anything else that you're carrying? I don't really need these herbs anymore. We're past the point of herbs. The old Synergy Rod is out. Antidote is out. Herbs are out. And I think that gets us in a good spot. I also don't need the Sea God's Tear anymore, because that was the last time we're really going to use it. Anything that you're carrying that I don't care for? Oh, we're fine. And then, do you have any artifacts that I can care about? No. As for you, sir. Yes, you have the safety boots. Raise defense, lower speed. It lowers your speed by a lot. But it does raise your defense by a decent amount. I don't actually care that I... don't know that I actually care for those. It's a minor difference for her, so I'm not going to get it for her, but I'll replace her Silver Circlet with the Mail Cap. So many game tickets. Clarity Circlet, she's fine with. Bronze Helm, he's going to be better off with this Mail Cap. And then for heavy armlets, see, it's not as good. It's better than both of those. And for the Jerkin, that is actually better than both the Adept's Clothes and the Full Metal Vest. By a good margin, too. And pretty much from this point forward, the best weapons available in the game are going to be forged weapons. Like, I think, technically speaking, the Claymore is going to be better than the Stormbrand. But I think everything, like, all other new weapons that we pick up from this point forward are going to be, are all going to be, like, magic weapons. Like the Disc Axe and stuff. But yeah, well, that was all the forgeable material we had right now, but there's also a bunch of, I can take the time to get out there, you can actually see, there are these tiny little spots just kind of all over. It's kind of hard to see them, but like, see how this is just a little spot that's shallow here, or like that little shallow spot there, and there's a lot of them in the Western Sea more so than the Eastern Sea, but these tiny little spots of shallowness, they're possible to search for goods. So like, there's one up here, there's one right here, there's one right here, one way out here, there's one up there, one right here and there, and we're just gonna go to all of those really quick and see if we can't get ourselves get our hands on a couple of extra forgeable weapons. And we're gonna speed up this process because this takes forever. And we will be getting into fights along the way, but whatever. Approaching. Okay, then left. Here it is. Got a Rusty Axe. So next one is going to be almost directly to the right. Right here. Oop. Nothing in this one. All right. So now we head straight north. I don't know that the rusty weapons have the option to be anything other than what they're supposed to be. Tear stones, then there's stardust, which can be used to make a couple of really good things. There's the sylph feathers, which can be used to make a couple of really good things. Dragon skin. Salamander tail, golem cores, Mithril silver. Dark matter is good for making cursed stuff. Yeah. And then Aura Halcon is the really good stuff. That's how you get Excalibur, which is like the best, one of the best weapons in the game. But yeah, that forgeable items are different than rusty weapons. I think rusty weapons, there's a specific rusty, like each rusty weapon is a unique thing. Whoops. Stop dropping my controller. What? Might as well save. We have fast saves as well, but might as well save. Let's see here. Rusty weapons. Rusty items are a small class of items introduced in Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I guess there's a couple of different things that they could form into. And that's technically how you get your hands on a Kikuichi Monji in this version. The Glower Staff was not the best thing we could have gotten out of this. The Goblin's Rod would have been the best one. But yeah. There are a couple of good things that we can get, all things considered, from what we're doing, so... Oh, by the way, there's the edge of the world. It quite literally is the edge of the world. Should be right here, yep. Nope, nothing on this one, which means we're headed this way. Where are we at? This is it right here. Got a rusty mace that time. This will be, without a doubt, the easiest way for us to get ourselves some really, really good new weapons. It's just going around and collecting all of the rusty weapons out of the ocean. All right, and so the last one in this particular area that I haven't searched yet is the one just south of this big island that we're next to. I know I could be fighting these fights more efficiently, but I don't need to. None of the fights on this particular side of the water are going to be difficult for us. All right. So that's all the good stuff that we can get from this water. We will find more things in the future, but as far as items that we can quickly use, that's got us got for now. So now we're going to head back way down south again. See how it got fuzzy there? That's that is where Lemuria is. It's just right smack dab in the middle of that. Actually, did I check this one? I don't know that I checked this one right next to Lemuria, did I? Yeah, I did, because then I had to head straight east. That's right. I think this might have been the first one that I checked. Okay, so we're back to here, which means we're just one little curve around the island space here, away from getting where we need to be going. And luckily, we don't have any fights while we're in the rivers. So really quick, I'm going to make my save state outside the place, and we're going to come in here and see. Any of the weapons that we generate this way are going to be good, but there is an ostensibly best weapon that each of these rusted things can become. We got the axe, and we got the mace. So let's see what I got. Got the Captain's Axe. Is that the best? I think we can get the Captain's Axe and we can get the, like, the Viking Axe. Those are the only two axes. We would really like the Viking Axe. Much preferable over the Captain's Axe. Gonna speed this up, because this process takes a little while. Captain's Axe again. It might not be RNG. This might just be a Captain's Axe no matter what, just because of its position. See here. What does it say? They are unique weapons that are extremely weak when first found, but if you have Sunshine the Blacksmith in Yellum take a look at a rusty item, he will offer to reforge it into the rare weapon artifact it's meant to be. If you do, he will take it, and it will be done as soon as you leave and re-enter town, at which point his wife will give it to you, for a price, of course. Though the English version of the game, the price is not stated. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so no matter what, this one's always a Captain's Axe. So the rusty weapons are set. There's no variance on what you get from the forgeable items with the rusty weapons. So this will always be the Captain's Axe. We'll need to get the Viking's Axe later. But these should still be better weapons than what I'm currently wielding, all things considered. And I also want you to make this rusty mace into something. So let's see here. Exit town, re-enter. Walk back up to the house. The Hagbone Mace. Unleash Weird Curse. So 242 to 218 for him. So the Hagbone Mace is a better weapon, so I'm going to actually give that to Pierce. I'm going to get the Captain's Axe. So there we go. Good weaponry for everybody. Sell off my old weapons here. So much for me using that claymore. It got its use. Just not as long as maybe I would have liked it to have. But anyway, now everybody's got really good weapons. Except for maybe, I don't think Jenna's gotten a new weapon yet. But she couldn't have wielded either of those new weapons that I got. But anyway, now that we've done that, now we can actually begin the real portion of this. Let's go back to Kimbombo now that we have Cyclone and stuff. Let's make our way back to actually, can we get to Kimbombo from the ocean? I can technically walk there, but I'm trying to double check. Can I land and get to Kimbombo very easily? I don't think so. I think to get to Kimbombo on land, I actually have to, like, do a lot of stuff. Because I don't think I can just land on that little island, and I don't have the ability to use the Gondolin Cliffs to get over to the western side. That would make it easier to get to where I wanted to go, but, well. I think our best bet might actually just be to land and then walk there if we really wanted to go to Kimbombo for now. Where should we be going next to get Jin? Because that's our next big goal, is getting our hands on some extra Jin. Go back a couple of pages here. I want to go back to my Jin list. Okay. So, Gambomba Catacombs. So we are headed back to Gambomba. Oh, yeah, that's what they want us to do, is to go to Gambomba. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. What happened? Why am I unable to... Oh, I forgot the, I don't have the stick enabled for this game. So we want to go all the way back to Gambomba, which is going to be in Kimbomba. Which means we're going to speed. Because traveling, even via boat, traveling is very slow in this game. Look, there's Madra. Not Madra, Alhafra. This is the one major problem that I have with this game, is just how slow traveling can be. Even when, like, generally speaking, by the late game, we will basically just be spamming avoid throughout the entirety of these little sections. Also, there's this new area here, the West Indara, whatever. I can't remember if there's anything particularly useful here right now. I can talk to the dog. Water here is so salty. I wish someone would bring me something tasty to drink. That's, I think, part of the trading quest line, which I am not currently doing. Eventually, we get a point in the game where we have to trade a bunch of animals, a bunch of items, and it lets us get a, it lets us, like, progress the quest line or something. There are a bunch of little islands like this that we can use to, progress. But yes, it looks like I can just quickly, boat in. I have to have a little beach like that. If there's a waterfall stopping me, then I can't actually travel the distance, but this makes getting to Kimbomba very easy. Other things, now that we're here in Kimbomba, we could actually, we can frost that now. And we should be able to, in a bunch of other places, there should be a bunch of new things that we can do now that we have a bunch of synergies. There should be some new things that we can pick up, some items here and there that we were missing before. Actually, no, this frost just makes it easier to get across here, which would be that, but we don't actually need to do that right now, do we? Because we just need to go inside Kimbomba, or inside Gambomba, which is very easy to do from the get-go. I always thought this music was so cool. And now that we have Cyclone, we can do this. And more specifically, now that we have Cyclone, we can actually do this. There's a whole dungeon down here. I don't remember how strong any of these guys are. Not particularly, it seems. So we should be just doing 2 and 2. Hey look, there's a Djinn. We should have to find out where the exact good dropping point for that Djinn is. I think is actually like right here. There's a way to get in there. Yeah, there it is. That drops us right into this Djinn. Quick save just in case. Because I'm pretty sure this is a fight. Ah, the stun. Got it. That's usually all it takes to fell a Jin, is just a couple of good sets. The real goal is just making sure that you can stun it so that it can't run away. But bam! Which means I can finally give that guy over, and we can finally set all of our Jin again. I no longer have to have one constantly on standby to have access to my good synergy and skill set. But that's not the only reason we're here. That is one of the reasons, for sure, but that's not the only reason. We also want to go down this way. There's a whole ass dungeon down here to explore. Flash Force. Which is cool because it also has the ability to seal with synergy. Weird Curse. We got a Mint. Don't necessarily want to go quite down there just yet. Yes, I do. Never mind. Never mind. I do. Since none of them actually activated their abilities, yeah, they're gonna get their butts handed to them. That's fine because Healing Aura is OP. Water. Now I can get across here, and we don't want to use the Cyclone right just yet. I wouldn't think that the Red Devil would know Mad Growth, but okay. I want to use Reveal first. It's actually a staircase. It's crazy how much dungeon they just hid underneath the Gabomba stuff. Like, this game does a lot of revisiting. They really use the space that they had available to interesting effect. Nothing yet. Okay. I got that, so that's good. And then I guess we can just come back down through here. There's no good way to get through that. that's a really interesting summon effect. Here we go. Now that we've got that, we can jump across here. Or by climbing down the ladder and seeing what we need to inspect first. These guys are really annoying because they're the first enemies in this game that had the ability to just instant, like, turn you off, essentially. Oh, monster. Mad plant. By reaching this place, you have proven your power. By rights, Akafubu should bear this power, but I shall keep my promise and bestow it upon the one who reached this place first. I am grateful for your promise, but I am worried about what, that we have done Akafubu and the Kabombo a great wrong. Akafubu has not honed his own powers, and the fault lies with him alone. And yet there is a hint of truth to what you say. And what do we do? Does this mean we won't receive your magic? As I have said, I will give the power to you. Your concern is misplaced. But I must add a small condition to our agreement. What kind of condition? You must not mention this to Akafubu. Akafubu was painfully ill prepared for the test. He will lose heart if he hears what you have done. And yet, the Kabombo have need of their ill-prepared leader. If Akafubu ever reaches this place, I shall teach him the magic as well. Promise me that you will not tell Akafubu that you earned this magic. Can you do this? I'll never talk to the man again. And now I shall sleep. Farewell, successor to the witch doctor. The Tome Garathic, whatever. It's a thing. It changes your class to Dark Mage. Which, as far as your synergy goes, means you can now have the ability to do Calling Zombies, Raging Heat, Fire Puppet, Haunt. I now have the ability to Revive. Which I don't really want to use on her, but would actually be, let's see here. Would actually not be terrible to turn her into a Dark Mage. That's really all this place was getting the Dark Mage power. Now that we've done that, we can leave. Well, it was the Dark Mage power and it was mud. While we're here, we might as well stay in the inn. Okay, now that we've done that, now we can actually start exploring some of these islands. Specifically, I want to go to this one. Which means speedboating! Whee! We can also do the, some of the other stuff that's available to us is, let's see here. First off, I do kind of want to show off that new synergy that we got. So I can Call Zombie, Raging Heat, Fire Puppet, which paralyzes your foe with fear, Haunt, and Revive. I think all Fire Puppet does is it causes paralyzation, yeah. Her actual attacks are Call Zombie and Raging Heat. As you can see, does a decent amount of damage. About as much as her basic attack. But it's water-based instead of air-based, which is nice for her. Actually, can I start the trading quest line right now? one of these little inlets starts the trading quest line. I just can't remember which one it is. Can I make the cow's mine from here? No. Actually, I can't get to the cow yet, can I? So there's another synergy that I have to get before I can get to the cow, which means I do have to go all the way out here first. It's either that one or it's this one. I think it might actually be this top right one here. We're gonna head there first. There's the opening to place. We're just gonna speed through this fight. I don't really care to do it correctly. And then just out on the other side of this, there is the our main goal, which is this place right here. Raging Heat. Which really wasn't all that good against these guys. I don't know. Some magic are just... Like, the cool, like, usable classes like that are interesting, but none of them are that good in comparison. My name is Okuni. I am a great dancer, except I don't feel much like dancing these days. Well, we're in town, so we know what that's about. I'm not going to be sacrificed, but that does not mean I am happy. My dear friend Kushinada doesn't deserve it either. Susa's going to try to kill the serpent and save his beloved Kushinada. He is so fearless. What if losing Kushinada made Susa return to his wild ways? I hope he fights the serpent. If he loses, at least he won't have to bear living without Kushinada. Lady Uzume doesn't want to sacrifice Kushinada, but that's the only way to appease the serpent. I'm sure that the kind-hearted Lady Uzume doesn't want to sacrifice anyone. This place sells all goods. Oh, look at her sprite, it's so adorable. A couple of new things. There is the War Glove, which boosts attack, which, of course, we're gonna... Anybody can actually use this. In fact, we're gonna give that to Pierce instead. Oh right, I've got a couple of use items that I should probably use. Mint to boost agility. We're gonna give that to Pierce because he's very slow. What else did I pick? I picked up something else, didn't I? Thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I already used it. Oh well. Anything else that you've got that's useful? The Ninja Blade is new. That's better than her Battle Rapier. There goes all my fucking money. But, the Shamshir was 10,000. It's actually better than the Captain's Axe. But I don't have the money for it right now. But we'll get the Shamshir in a minute. Because we're gonna go do some stuff. The daughters of the family in the home requested that we use a lottery to choose the victims. Kushinada's always had bad luck at games of chance. I'll bet those girls were counting on it. If Lady Uzume's name had been drawn in the lottery, would she have been the next to sacrifice? Lady Uzume would be able to focus on governing Izumo lately. I think it's because Susa's calmed down. As a child, Susa was as wild as he could be, and brought his elder sibling, Lady Uzume, much strife. Kushinada is the only one who tamed his wild ways, of course. No one wants to see her sacrificed. Lady Uzume loves her brother dearly. I'm sure she'd take Kushinada's place if she could. Come on, the little girl looked like she was crying. Sniff, how could we sacrifice our beloved Kushinada? It's not fair. I don't want the Serpent of Mount Mikage to eat Kushinada. Oh, won't somebody help her? I mean, we'll get around to helping her eventually. That's what this whole bit's about. I also want to go down there, though. This is very clearly, like, the big honcho's house, so that's not... I don't want to go there quite just yet, because there's got to be plot when we do. Double checking to make sure I have time for plot. So this is funny. Watch this. Let's see here. See this ring of giant stones? I've been here for ages. No one knows who put them there. See how they make this beautiful circle? Except that one, right? Yes. Sousa moved it. He didn't even use his hands. He surely holds the secrets to greater power. Ooh, Sousa is an adept. So this is cool. If you use reveal right now, then it's closed in the middle here. But if you... Oh, that's Frost. Whoops. I forgot I need to rebind move to fast move. If we move that and create the circle again. Misaligned stone. It's back in its original position. How did that happen? Either Sousa or Kushinada must have moved it when I wasn't looking. So both of them have some form of adaptry. But now this little pathway's open. We can go into the Izumo ruins. Though I can't do anything in here quite just yet. Because, in reality, we need to have the... There's an ability that lets us burrow into sand. And, we get that at the next area, which is actually, I believe, Gaia Rock. But, let's see here. Yeah, Sousa came through here on his way to save Kushinada. The jerk knocked me flat and just kept on going. It was totally wild. You know, I can't stand Sousa, but I understand how he feels. Kushinada is a really sweet girl. Sousa, don't come for me. If I see you, I'll surely lose the courage to sacrifice myself for Izumo. If I run, Lady Uzume and all of Izumo... Lady Uzume and all of Izumo will suffer greatly. Please don't come for me. Lady Uzume has foretold the coming of the hero, and I believe her. So I shall remain here until the coming of the next full moon, and the hero. Yeah, we can't actually go in there, but... Lo and behold, this town apparently sacrifices a girl every year to the serpent, so that the serpent does not come and destroy their town. And it looks like Kushinada, the town favorite, has been chosen. And here is the mountain itself. Except it's not a mountain, it's Gaia Rock. And if we come in here... Actually, hold on. It makes more sense to do this. The most annoying thing about using move to pull things towards you is getting the right spacing. Ah yes, this puzzle. Cast growth, and it tells you the direction you're supposed to be going. Treasure. Mimic! Planet Diver. Planet Diver. Call Zombie. Planet Dust. That's actually my strongest combo right now, would be to do all those individual single hits like that. Alright, while we've got the swap going, she doesn't have group healing anymore. Takes a while to get here, huh? Felix is almost out of mana. Let's ether that up for him while we're at it. Weird curse. Fire breath. He's not using his mana for anything. I'll use him to heal. Oop, another treasure chest. Got another rusty mace. Could be another good, really good weapon. I'm running out of time. You should be constantly ethering Felix so that he's not running out of mana every 30 seconds. Psycho Slash, nice. This is the actual chamber, and there's Susa. Who are you? How did you get here? Only Uzume, Kushinada, and I possess the ability to come here. Never mind. Don't have time to talk. Have my hands full getting the serpent to drink this. Once it's groggy, that's when I'll strike. You understand? Then get out of my way. Stand over there. So yeah, here's the thing, is we can't actually do anything to stop him right now. But that's not the only thing we can do here, because that chamber, while it is a nice chamber, is not the only thing inside Gaia Rock. If you remember, just like with Ayers Rock, Gaia Rock will also have a climbing path on the outside. Also, I can switch them back now because they don't need to be doing that. I can have Healing Aura back now. So I don't actually want to be in here anymore. I can retreat. And there's actually a secret path on the outside of Gaia's Rock. On the outside of Gaia Rock. Right here. Not really that secret, but you gotta walk a little bit to the right, and then you can start climbing. Ooh, actually, no, I can't do this yet, because I need to be able to push that rock, don't I? There's supposed to be somewhere else that I can go, though, right? Let me double check. There's definitely something I can do on the outside of Gaia Rock right now, I just can't remember where. I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if it was left or right. Gaia Rock is much, much smaller than Ayers Rock was, as far as dungeon size, that is. Ayers Rock is considered one of the largest dungeons in the franchise, just because it's a lot of stuff right up front and right up back. I might need to be calling it here soon, though. We'll get into Gaia Rock proper, and then that's where we'll stop. Because I still need to get ready for work, and I need to get gas today. Oh, I remember this now. So there's like that one short path right there, right? I'll show off what happens. There's this one short path here that's like much faster, right? Oh. Maybe this one doesn't have it. There's things in this one where as we're climbing, faces will push you out of the rock. And this is supposed to show you that you can actually use Whirlwind on the vines to travel across distances, if you so choose. Okay, I can't do this yet. I have to do the fast travel jump. Not fast travel jump, but the jump across. This might be where I just go ahead and end it, just because this is the actual, like, this is the outside of Gaia Rock, which is not as bad as the outside of Air Rock, but is still going to be a thing. Ooh, I can't let her be a Dark Mage during this. I've got to have access to Whirlwind to do this entire section, so... But that's how that works. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be where I go ahead and end it. Thank you, everybody who came out to today's stream. I've been Paladin Null. This has been Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Look out. I don't know if there's going to be a stream tomorrow. I know Megamine was working on possibly getting a movie night organized, or I might even be back from work in time for us to start. If I am back in time for us to start, then we will be playing Little Nightmares tomorrow. Otherwise, possibly check the Discord and see if maybe there is a movie night being planned. But anyway, I've been Paladin Null. This has been Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.